Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot, and welcome to the 10-10 portal, Destiny's Gate portal. This is the day on 10-10, right before the 10-10 portal, right before our year of 2026. Know what I meant? This is the day to awaken to your destiny. Step confidently onto your destined path, because there's new beginnings meeting infinite potential on this day. Before we get started though, I just also want to say thank you guys to each and every one of you. Seriously, you guys are what make this channel a success. All your interactions, comments, likes, shares, subscribes, donations, the Honey Sea Star store, all of it truly means the world, makes me melt. You give me goosebumps. I am so grateful and feel so blessed that you are here with me on this channel, and I love you back. So welcome to the 10-10 Destiny's Gate portal. So this is truly a very special portal that amplifies your opportunity to align with your life's, your life's purpose, to find balance in your footing, and to step confidently onto your destined path into, I will also say, your highest timeline. And if that resonates, if that gives you goosebumps just like it does me, by all means put a heart in the comments below, because right away, let's look at what the cosmos have to say. So this is where Spirit is saying life can be hard. Life can be wonderful. Which do you choose to focus on? Because what you focus on is what the universe mirrors and magnetizes back to you. So this is where it's truly about awakening to your destiny. Visualize today. This is a day of manifestation, I will say, and it's high frequency. So visualize your reality, all your wishes, all your desires as you meditate and utilize this energy as if your reality already has your wishes coming true. And we'll get into it as well. We'll talk about how to work with this energy. This is also where Spirit is saying, live your life with both feet in. Commit to fully being here. This is the day of consciousness awareness and conscious creation. We'll get into it, I promise. This is also where Spirit is saying, what has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act. And also too, give yourself some credit, especially with our South Node in Virgo in our first house, all the transformation with all these retrogrades going on this whole entire summer. Give yourself some credit for doing a good job at this whole living thing. No one said that this thing was a race, that life was a race. It's okay to go at your own pace. Didn't mean to rhyme there, but I did. So this is a day, let's talk about this. So the 10-10 portal is not only about finding your balance, finding your footing, stepping into your life's purpose, your highest timeline, but especially with it being right before the year of our Big 10, 2026, this one is actually highly potent and particularly amplified when it comes to the new beginnings, because the year of 2026, is kind of like the great reset, the great awakening in a lot of ways for all of us. All of us are going to feel this energy. This is the day that is a true precursor of what you want your life to look like as we complete the 9-year cycle and start renewed as of this next year. And it starts with today. So this is going to be particularly amplified with new beginnings that's opening and also completing karmic chapters, karmic lessons that you're closing out and completing, and creating this powerful potency behind your intentions for spiritual alignment, spiritual manifestation, and it's going to be further energized by the sun in Libra in our second house. So for Virgos, our second house is lit up like a Christmas tree before Christmas. In our house of worth, what we value most, what we hold most dear. Also too, amplifying how we tie all of that to our income, our salary, our stability, and truly knowing, recognizing that we are our greatest assets. With the sun in Libra in our second house, focusing on what we value, highlighting that, the star Arcturus is also gracing the Destiny's Gate portal. Basically, the Destiny's Gate portal is an alignment between Earth, the constellation Libra, and then the star Arcturus. And Arcturus is quite amazing. So the star Arcturus is known, or as it's known, I should say, in its Greek meaning, it's known as being the guardian of the bear. It's also the galactic spirit guide, and it's the source of spiritual insight. And he also provides vision, protection, leadership, advancement, luck, abundance, and perseverance. In ancient Greece, Arcturus was associated with the myth of Arcas, the son of Callisto. And in Mesopotamia, it was viewed as the star of Shudan and associated with the god Enlil. Enlil. Correct me in the comments below, please, by all means. This is the one where basically he's the Lord of the gods, the creator of the forces of nature, right? And also, too, the star Arcturus is linked to the cosmic cycles, the passage of time, the celestial machinery of the heavens. And in Celtic tradition as well, they even mention him as well. And also, too, they even mention him in the book of Job. This is where Arcturus is used to emphasize the vastness of God's creation. And today, how we recognize how we recognize Arcturus is basically linked to the galactic knowledge and consciousness that we discern as collective consciousness, Christ consciousness, and the conscious creation. With his strength, his responsibility, his leadership, he offers energy to seek out new paths that bring success, spiritual insight through progress and innovation by connecting us to vast knowledge of the universe that's been collected, all of the vast knowledge that's been collected and gained, past times recordings. This is the day to tap in. He is here, not only protecting you. This is judgment. It's claiming your justice in a lot of beautiful ways underneath that Libran sun. This is where success, accomplishments, personal career development, we'll get into that as well with the astrology. It's also going to be tied to your career, just going to say that right now for Virgos, but it really relates to your ambition that you hold for your vision, your soul's path, your destiny, your new beginnings, and tapping into the infinite potential, the infinite knowledge when it comes to manifesting those dreams into your reality, standing in your originality as well, with what you create, what you take action to, but making plans and decisions that bring about those manifestations into resolution, into your reality. And remember, if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. But Mercury just moved in with Mars into our third house, into Scorpio. Those two are moving mountains for you. They are a powerhouse of action and initiation in a beautiful way that's also giving you all of these downloads. Because remember, that's our third house of communication. Mercury, our ruler, is in his home. Scorpio season with Mars there. Mars is the ruler of Scorpio. He's in his home. This is duality at its finest right now. Everything is aligning in a beautiful way. And then now we've got Arcturus here as well, giving us, linking us to this higher galactic knowledge that lets us lead ourselves towards our highest timeline with ease, with amplification, partnerships, relationships, polarities, choices, decisions, all of it coming into balance with the sacral chakra flow of the universe, with utilizing the wisdom from our karmic lessons for our highest ascension, our North Node ascension. This is the day, like I say, it's tapping into all of this alignment between Arcturus, the Earth, the constellation of Libra, during Libra season. It's creating this powerful energetic window for clarity, balance, spiritual purpose, new paths, manifestation, aligned with your highest self and your highest timeline. And it's also a catalyst for deep inner shifts that help us release the fears, release past wounds, and move forward with pure clarity and a free heart and trust in the divine timing, because your dreams truly are closer to reality than you think. And this is the portal that's going to bring your awareness and epiphany to that. And I will also say as well, numerologically speaking, with 10s being doubled like this, your new beginnings and infinite potential, right? Ones are new beginnings, zeros are infinite potential. That's the fool's shoes. Both of them are being exalted with divine connection and personal empowerment. And like I say, this is the precursor to next year. What do you want your life to look like come 2026? Because this is the day to visualize and to manifest that reality. Feel what it is to already have it be here. The experiences that you'll get to have. This is the day. So with the Page of Swords, truly, this is about taking action with, like, towards your structure with that Capricorn energy, with innovation when it comes to that Aquarian energy. And remember, that's Pluto talking here. Right here as well with Capricorn, Saturn rules that. That's also karma. That's legacy. That's structure, discipline. Putting that all with your cutting edge towards your dreams, with dreaming as big as the universe, with that Piscean energy. And remember, that's, just saying, but that's where Saturn is right now. Neptune's moving there. Neptune is also the ruler of Pisces. That's our planet of dreams. And it's connecting to your divine consciousness, your Christ consciousness, in what you create with that conscious creation. This is also, too, about standing up against conflict, facing issues head on, new ideas coming through, because a new path is going to be presenting itself with these epiphanies, this enlightenment, right? This is putting thoughts into action in such a way that lets your ambitions steer the course, your intuition steer the course, and utilizing your quick wit along the way too, right? How you communicate, how you share your dreams, how you leverage the fact that unity is our strength. Many hands make light work, especially with our 7th house being highlighted with Saturn right now here as well, with building our structure. But approaching all of it with curiosity, right? With the Page energy, it's all about new experiences and coming to the center here as well, with air feeding the earth, with earth feeding the air in complete balance with what you manifest. And if that resonates, like I say, by all means, share your thoughts, what your intentions are that you're setting with this 1010 portal, because this is a day where truly the world is your oyster. You're spoiled for choice, and you're recognizing the dualities, the synergy, embracing the unknown. Also, too, seeing the temptations, recognizing the decoys, right? Especially when you're spoiled for choice. But utilizing your discernment with who your sincere allies are, especially when it comes to the attainment of family, love, luck, stability, success, health, wealth, and holding that Knight of Cups, sparking motivation, inspiration, drive, romance, creativity, good news, all into your life in alignment. New paths are presenting themselves today. And like I say, this is a day of catalyst energy, free heart, pure clarity, and divine timing. There's a lot of faith incorporated with it as well, and personal empowerment. So expect to feel a powerful push of inspiration and guidance today, especially if you've been feeling stagnant this whole summer, lately, whatever it is. If there's been a decision, a movement that you've been wanting to make, but just haven't quite gotten there, that full moon in Aries was releasing what was holding you back, especially financially and emotionally. This new beginning now, and check out the weekly read if you haven't seen it, because this whole week is like this transition of like making room for today, for the new beginnings that are coming in with this 1010 portal. This is where everything that has possibly led you to feel stagnant, the areas that you've been stagnant in, especially with making decisions, making movements, taking action. This is where you're getting guidance. All of that energy is falling away because it wasn't built on a stable, oh my gosh, and the 9 of Cups is on the bottom. Okay, I'm into it. I'll take it. But this is where all of that has been falling away with that full moon in Aries. And then 2, let's talk about how, like, what's led up with the astrology here as well. So today in particular, well, let me finish this hot thought here too. But this is where all of that chaos brought on by sudden change, that destruction, it was meant to fall because it wasn't built to stand the test of times. It was where foundations were built on sand, right? And the biggest thing that's beautiful about a storm is it really lets us see how strong our foundations are, how strong our home was that we built, right? Because like I say, when foundations are built on sand, they crumble. This is instead where you're claiming your justice with the Judgment card. And again, we've got the dualities coming here. This is standing in your truth, shining in your truth for everything that you are and no longer dimming your light, because you're tapping in to that galactic knowledge, to that Christ consciousness, that collective consciousness. This is a beautiful energy where it's bringing karma into resolution. Like I say, this is closing out chapters and lessons that you've passed the test on and opening the door, because now there's room for new beginnings with your honesty, with your truth. And it's leading you to your period of prosperity, your freedom as well, your financial success, with Saturn playing a role, we'll get into it, with wealth, with reaching your goals. And it's all tied to your destined path. Your destined divine timeline is here with infinite potential. It has to do with reaching your goals as well as your family, your soul tribe. So today in particular, why I say it's tied for Virgos to our energy and our work, what we do, right? Not only just because we're a sign of service. It's really astrologically, the moon is in Gemini right now. And it's also, get this, in our 10th house. No pressure, just saying. So the moon being in Gemini in our 10th house, which is also our 10th, so our 10th house, I can talk, I swear, is our career, fame, honors, achievements, how you want to be seen, the work that you do that lights you up, but also too that contributes, because we're a sign of service. We're not meant to be for service. But what calls us most, what lights us up, is to be service, or to be of service for our humanity, for the collective, right? So this is where the moon, our emotions, where our passions are, is tying in to Gemini, our sister sign of Mercury in our 10th house. And the moon will also be sextile with Neptune in Aries. Action, initiation, the entrepreneur of the zodiac in our 8th house of transformation. The moon will also be conjunct with Uranus. Oh my gosh, and partnerships came out. I love that. We'll talk about it. But this is where Uranus is also, Uranus is our breakthrough planet. He shakes things up in a good way with unexpected surprise. He's also in our 10th house in Gemini, our sister sign, and right now he's in this reflective period. So all these changes that we've made throughout this whole summer, especially since we've had that grand alignment, the great alignment, the stellium, to be honest, with that new moon in Aries that we had that's corresponding to the full moon in Aries that we just had at the beginning of this week. So the conjunction with Uranus in Gemini in our 10th house, this is highlighting that reflection period of like, okay, all the changes that you've been thinking about, bringing about, taking action on when it comes to your career, your honors, your achievements, what you want to be known for, what truly lights you up as being a sign of service, being blessed as being a Virgo. How's it going? Is it working for you? Are there no new parts that you want to explore? What do you want to be in the year of Big Ten come 2026? These two are now working together, amplifying each other, putting your emotions, tying your emotions into a career that's more than just a career. It's tied to your soul's purpose, your soul's path, your new beginnings. It taps into your infinite potential, and it allows you to truly tap into conscious creation. They're amplified, no pressure, with transformation, sextile with Neptune, right? If that wasn't enough, we've got a trine with Pluto in Aquarius in the 6th house. This is, 1969 kind of hippie free love kind of energy. He's been channeling our spiritual warrior in how our daily lifestyle, our routines, how we approach work, innovating, finding ways to work smarter, not harder, how we achieve income, how we create our lifestyle so that it aligns to our most authentic self in working with Neptune, who's really aligning us to our dream life. So we've got a sextile, we've got a conjunction, we've got a trine, all working together on this day with transformation, career, and work. There is something here. There is a career breakthrough that's happening here on this day. And it's not only going to shift the foundation of your daily life in a very good way, but it's aligning you to your purpose and your destiny. Because if you haven't seen the weekly read, the North Node has been tied into this too. So it's creating this new rhythm that puts you on a new path, a new trajectory that initiates significant progress, and it's connecting you to source. It's connecting you with Arcturus to advancement, luck, abundance, and it's filling your bucket, lighting you up in a way that breaks through the glass ceiling and moves you to new heights. And it's moving you with deeper meaning, because remember, we've got Mars working for us. We've got Mercury working for us. This is going to be your new normal, because keep in mind, we also have Venus and Jupiter working for us here this week as well. So on the 8th, think back to August 12th. So what seeds did you plant on August 12th? Because October 8th here, this week, Venus just sextiled with Jupiter. And remember, Venus is in Virgo in our first house. That's our identity, our state of consciousness, how we show up for ourselves, our relationships, our legacy, our long-term goals. Sextiling now, cooperatively working with Jupiter, our planet of luck, abundance, opportunity, fortune. In Cancer, exalted in our 11th house of hopes, wishes, dreams, long-term aspirations. These two this week are writing chapter 2 of living life's heart's desires with the seeds that you planted on August 12th. So think back to what you started. When these two were conjunct, this is now entering chapter 2. And with this 1010 portal being open now, it's aligning you with your destiny, with your new beginnings, with your infinite potential. And spoiler alert as well, stay tuned, because this is where this week these two ushered in or are ushering in an experience, because you'll feel this energy for days and through this portal as well. But they're ushering in an experience here for you that's tied to home, it's tied to your identity, it's tied to self-love, what you hold most dear, your wishes, your hopes, your dreams, your legacy. And it's an experience that not only makes you feel wiser, but it's tied to your North Node. And remember, your North Node is in Pisces, or the lunar North Node, I should say, is in Pisces, in your 7th house of partnerships, commitments. It's all tied to love, home, family, money, expansion, abundance. And just wait, because they will also trine around Thanksgiving. They're writing chapter number 3. There's a saga going on here. So this is like the middle where everything starts getting really juicy, right? This is that. So let's talk about this. With the cards here right away, we had the Emperor fallout. This is standing in your spiritual leadership. You are a spiritual warrior with Pluto, right? This is looking at management. This is looking at self-discipline and reason when it comes to creating your structure. Your legacy could be taking an opportunity with a leadership role. If you're launching a business, this is taking leadership in your structure of discipline, like how you handle the day-to-day, how you handle the marketing, the PR, the book work, how you show up for yourself, how you provide support to others. It's all connected to your conscious creation. This is also where, with the 10th house being activated as strongly as it is with the moon, and also with Uranus here as well, this is showing up where your reputation precedes you and being seen for the work that you're meant to do, the gifts that you're meant to bring to this world, something that's inherent, that is tied to your structure, to foundations. But this is where you're showing up as trustworthy, utilizing your foresight, being ambitious, how you provide support, how you lead others, how you lead the self with standing in your authority, standing in your mastery. And it's lighting up your solar plexus. Remember, your solar plexus is knowing who you are, why you're here, being inspiration in action, particularly as it ties to your partnerships and the stability of calling in and aligning and magnetizing the healthy, sincere allies that are your soul tribe. So this is instilling healthy boundaries, bringing order to chaos, stability with foundations, organizing when it comes to how you're managing the self, others, your job, your responsibilities, what makes you feel content with life, right? What makes you light up in so many ways. It's more than just a career. It's your life's purpose, your life's path, what you're called to do, what you've been called to do, have always had a passion for since you were even like a young one, right? Before we started working age, right? When you're still developing things, when your heart is as light as a feather, what you're called to in your passions. You're tying that all to your foundations. And this is the day where you're awakening to your destiny. And like I say, if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe so we can elevate this message, because this is bringing balance, symmetry, harmony, integration, and opportunities. This is also polarity. It's healing polarities with love and knowing that you are actively supported by your ancestors, your angels, and the universe, and in particular, Arcturus. He's the guardian bear. The galactic spirit guide here is here on this day, helping you provide vision, protection to your goals, leadership, advancement, luck, abundance to your long-term aspirations, and giving you the perseverance to achieve everything. And if that's not enough, Mars and Mercury in our third house in Scorpio energy. If you haven't seen Mercury's reading yet, let me tell you, these two, they are not only moving mountains for you, but they are providing you the energy where you can truly achieve everything that you put your mind to. This is not only coming together in your partnerships, embracing that Geminian energy of the moon, of Uranus, but also too, filling you with love, passion in what you love to do, how you're of service to the collective, in your relationships, bringing balance in your connections, your partnerships, bringing balance, foresight, intuition, guidance into the decisions that are leading you on this path forward as you advance. And we'll talk about this on a more practical matter, but this is expansion in such a beautiful way. And I will also say, leading up to this on the 9th, the day I'm recording this, so we also have the moon, the day I'm recording it, but on the 9th, if you see this on the 10th, either way, the moon's now moved into Taurus, into our 9th house. That's philosophy, spiritual and cultural growth, sextiling with Jupiter and Saturn. These two are working for you in such a beautiful way. And if that's not enough, the Taurian moon is also trining with Venus. So Saturn's in Pisces in your 7th house. Jupiter's in Cancer, exalted in your 11th house. Venus is in Virgo in the 1st house. This is hopes, wishes, long-term aspirations, humanitarian efforts, and support systems. Online social networking even too. Connected with a way that's working cooperatively. Wow, I don't know why I can't talk all of a sudden, but with your philosophy, with your expansion, embracing all cultures and spiritual alignment with your structure, entangling them with your legacy, with your discipline, with your partnerships. And it's trining with your identity, your state of consciousness, right? And so the biggest thing about elevating your state of consciousness, especially on 1010, when the frequency is high, right? This is high vibrational energy. This is where it brings to mind that with your identity being basically your state of consciousness, to raise your vibration, to raise your resonance, is to allow and align for new ideas, new thoughts, new actions, and new results, new experiences to come in. So remember, with your state of consciousness, if you think about it, breaking it down very simply, with your identity, with manifestation, and check out that short if you need any reminders. It breaks it down into 7 steps, but as 3 simple ways of looking, or 3 simple steps to look at it. So it starts with your state of being. Being is having, being is doing. Doing is having. So when you look at it with manifestation, one of the best things that I ever heard was doubt basically dissolves all manifestation. Hope leaves room for uncertainty, but believing is seeing. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Share your thoughts, because this is where, all leading up to this whole week, we've got making room. Then we've got blessings aligning from our heart, living our heart's desires, tied with our destiny. Then we've got all of this wonderful interaction with the Taurian moon aligning with Jupiter, Saturn, trining with Venus. These three then are now ushering all this Geminian energy in, and it's tied to Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, breakthroughs in your career, and it's all tied to your soul's path, your destiny, your new beginnings being tied to infinite potential. So this is where you're truly being seen for your beautiful authenticity. Because remember, out of all things, out of all transformations, everything that Uranus is asking of you, everything that Neptune is asking of you, Pluto even as well, is just to be you, just to stand in your authenticity, in everything that you are, and shine in everything that makes you beautiful. Because your uniqueness is what your gift is to the world. So having all of your energy in high demand right now as well, especially with all these trines, these sextiles, everything working cooperatively, asking you to just shine as you are. This is connecting your hopes, your wishes, your dreams to your structure, your stability, leveraging the law of attraction with ushering in your manifestations by raising your state of consciousness, your frequency, your resonance, and finding that seeing your manifestations through your connections, your findings through your connections, they're all bringing in long-term support. Because remember, Saturn, he's stability for the long haul. Now with the Death card, this highlights the divine femininity, right, within each and every one of us. And in a lot of ways too, with the Lovers card, this doesn't necessarily just symbolize like romantic relationships, but this is truly the holistic wholeness within each and every one of us. And it comes to mind, like with me, one of my greatest ambitions before I even really fully understood it, it was just something that I was called to since I was a kid, is we all have divine masculine and divine feminine in each and every one of us, right? My greatest aspirations, one of my greatest aspirations, I should say, when it comes to my spirituality, is to walk through life with androgynous grace. It's not man's work, it's not woman's work. It's embracing both sides. And it comes to mind, like what comes to mind really is what lights you up and fills you up with the tenderness of a farmer. A farmer has leather hands. Like he can go out there and fix a barbed fence, right? He can, haul away a tree. He's milking cows like at least twice, 3 times a day, right? He also has the tenderness to birth a calf and hold that calf in his hands, in his arms. He also has the tenderness to harvest the honey that he's been using, collecting the eggs. It's very nurturing, but it's also got the divine masculine energy tied with it in perfect balance as a steward when it comes to living in a place of sustainability, raising a successional plan that marries the soil fertility and health, the animal life, like livestock welfare and health, and his family, his kids, his successional plan, his generational plan for his family and for his farm. So this is where we truly are stewards, I think, in the most exemplary way of being able to see that balance and walking with androgynous grace is to truly represent that. And that's really where we're lifting up, we're exemplifying, we've been led by men culturally, just saying culturally, not trying to bring out sexism by any means. This is the rise of the divine feminine energy in a beautiful way with this 1010 portal. It's nurturing all of your hopes and dreams in a beautiful, prolific way. And as you can see too with the 13, this is combining 1 with new beginnings with 3 with dynamic balance, forming that stability, in our foundations of 4. Now, with the death card coming out 50-50 like this, let's talk about it. So in the upright, this is, endings, basically. The end of a phase, the start of something new. It's transformation, but more importantly, it's liberation, and it's your rebirth. It's your awakening. On the downswing, this is refusing to accept the end, right? Indulging in the past, dealing with stagnancy, disappointment, worry, resisting change. So this is the day where, especially if you've been feeling a lack of guidance, that stagnancy, also too, maybe feeling drained when it comes to persevering towards your goals, right? This is where you're finding resonance with long-term support so that it's you become self-renewing, is kind of how I would put it. So there's this new way of innovating that's being ushered in. It's leveraging your career, ushering in a peace into your lifestyle and your legacy that's tapped into conscious creation that, like I say, it's self-renewing. It's something that truly fills your bucket, lights you up, and it's voluntary change. This is utilizing your intuition, embracing your inner shadow, but utilizing the wisdom that you've gained. And, as I was thinking about it, like for me, I'll be very honest. So when I worked for a cooperative, I worked there for 12 years. I had when I left, I should say, I had a very high paying job. It made sure I was financially secure, even though that wasn't the case at all times. Let me tell you, there's another backstory with that. But either way, I had built the house of my dreams, right? That I thought was going to be my forever home. But what I really wanted from when I was a kid was to truly create places of peace. That's my passion, right? Both of those parts were tying me to financial obligations. And two, there was a lot of underbelly toxicity where the fascia of the company I worked for was beautiful. The mission was beautiful. But who was leading it? Who was running it? The solutions that they found along the way were so band-aidy, and it was so toxic that it was high stress in a very aging way, is kind of the best. I'm trying to make it Midwest nice here, so bear with me. To leave there, to make that choice, and it wasn't necessarily like, in a lot of ways it was forced. I left, I didn't, I quit, I did not get fired. However, it was in a circumstance that basically they put me in a position that was so uncomfortable. I had no option but to choose, do I want to sacrifice my integrity, my values, my self-love, or do I choose me? And I chose me, right? And yes, what it ended up entailing was I also sold my forever home that I designed, that I built, that I built on a shoestring budget. A lot of that work was mine, my two hands. So, did it come without sacrifice? Absolutely not. Did I wake up in the first the first leap of faith, like when I did this? I will be just saying it, I think for the first 6 months, I woke up every day and I asked myself, oh my goodness, am I crazy for trying to take a leap on running my own business, to be sovereign, to feel that sovereignty where it comes to creating my place of peace, and more importantly, creating a place of peace for others, to be of service in a spiritual way. I woke up seriously for 6 months thinking I was oh my goodness, am I doing the right thing? Did I endure losses? Absolutely. Did I make some bad decisions? Some wrong path moves? You betcha. Was I taken advantage of by people when I didn't know any better because I was naive to the situation and to what I was doing as I was learning along the way? Don't even think for a minute that I did anything perfect. But through all of that, I am so incredibly grateful for the journey. It taught me my self-discipline. It taught me and it helped me heal from the toxicity that I was enduring. It freed me financially. It gave me a nest egg so that I could build a business and get on my feet. I learned the lessons of trusting myself, before I trust others, right? And letting them earn it. I now know the lessons along the way, and it helped me prepare in a way. And even though I was walking alone, I didn't feel supported. That epiphany led me to creating this channel, to creating this soul tribe. That's why I say we are a family, because truly, where these messages hopefully lift you up, help you, that's why you're here, is all my hope. That's my biggest mission here at doing this. But at the same time, each and every one of you lift me up. You help heal me, and we rise together, and together we are stronger. That's where all of this becomes not only just a journey, but it becomes a place of gratitude. This is where this whole week is like, get ready to start living your best life, because the best is yet to come with Thursday walking into this 1010 portal, and this is voluntary change. So if you're sitting on the fence, wherever you've been stagnant with resisting change, know that the universe is ushering in something that's far greater than you could ever imagine. Because I will say, when I first started to launching my own business, I did not think it was going to be a tarot channel. I'll be very honest. I was an artist and I was a musician. Now I'm getting to use my words, my spirituality, my heart, my art with a message, all together in a way that gives me goosebumps on this channel. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Let me know what you're building, what lights you up, because this is where it's like I can never get enough of it. Every time I do these readings, every time I hear from you, every time I even get a like, a view, another subscriber, a donation, all of it lights me up in a way that leads me even further with voluntary change towards my spirituality, towards you guys, my soul tribe. So with the moon here coming into play, this is really looking at your dreams, right? And trusting in divine timing, embracing what's hidden, what's unknown on the path ahead, your destined path, and embracing the infinite potential that new beginnings usher in. And with the 18, again, it speaks to the 9. This is completions of karmic lessons, beginnings, selflessness, sublimation, purification of consciousness in your conscious creation, in the collective consciousness, and the Christ consciousness that you tap into when you're truly aligned to your soul's purpose, just like I feel each and every time I do these readings. So, like I say, there's something here with the Gemini moon, with Uranus, with Neptune, with Pluto on this day that's all coming into alignment, that's tied to the service and what you do, how you contribute, your transformation, your soul's path, and your career, your honors, your achievements, how you want to be seen, how you invest your time and your energy, your soul, your heart. So this can manifest in a lot of different ways. A new way of innovating, a new way of leveraging your career, ushering in peace into your lifestyle, right? Your legacy that's tapped into that conscious creation that opens up a doorway for a new insight, a new idea, a new inspiration, a new project, especially with partnerships being tied in together here as well. This blew out, I'm just saying. But either way, this is where it could be a new collaboration or even a job offer going after a leadership role, right? This can also be leveraging several platforms. If you're doing a podcast, doing marketing for your business, PR for your business, tying the work that you do and expanding how it reaches, like expanding its reach. That's what I'm trying to say. Or connecting, tying parts of your business together, right? So tying your craft, what you make, to, I don't know, structural YouTube videos on how to make things. Then even further, like doing a podcast on it, or creating like a Q&A platform where not only are you teaching your craft, but you're also opening it up to like holding classes online, physically, like in your local community, even doing it through like collaborative opportunities that are tied to humanitarian efforts that benefit your community, some way, shape, or form. This is all tying together with today, with this 1010 portal. This is also too where, like I was saying before, Mars and Mercury, they're moving mountains in a way that connect and communicate, or in the way you connect and communicate with others. And with Arcturus here playing a role as well, with that Libran constellation here too, you're gaining a greater understanding of hidden and unhidden aspects in partnerships, joint ventures, investments, both financial and in your relationships. It's harmonious and it'll come naturally. It'll come easily. And the biggest thing that I absolutely love with the North Node tied in this week with the 1010 portal, it's destined. It's awakening to your true destiny, stepping confidently onto your destined path and tying your new beginnings with your infinite potential, the universe's infinite potential that's all collected with collective consciousness, Christ consciousness, and conscious creation. If that resonates, by all means, and your ear just started ringing, put a heart in the comments below, because we're going to talk about how to work with this energy, because this is a new path. And I also want to say, where we've got this galactic spirit guide, the guardian of the bear, Arcturus, your path is protected. It's meant for you. And nothing that's meant for you will ever pass you by. So let's talk about how to work with this energy. But this is truly where, actually before we do, this is truly where you're transitioning away from past sorrow, transforming with cognitive coherence. And you're moving to calmer waters through a beautiful amount of healing here today. It's going to open that solar plexus wide open. And like I say, this is inspiration and action, harmony and balance from within, and manifesting that in your outer world with what you're aligning to and attracting, magnetizing to you. You've got Mercury exalting you here right now. This is our ruler in the Scorpio energy that's tying your passions with your communication, tapping your communication in and getting that support, invested support in you, in what you are, who you are, what you're meant to do, by connecting with people on a way, or in a way, and in a place that truly resonates at a very deep place for each and every one of us. It's like finding those win-win solutions, those common ground solutions, and it's innovative with that Aquarian energy. This is also too, whereas you can see it's tied to your root chakra. And remember, that's about like building a foundation that's indomitable, that's unshakable, that stands the test of time. And it's because it's your truth. It's structure exalting your truth. This is being resourceful, go-getter, Mars speaking here big time. Really, truly embracing your responsibility without fear. Also too, recognizing just how close your dreams truly are. You're good at business. You've got wealth coming in. You're also generous. People see you. You remember that the laws of energy is movement, right? You're charitable. So to give and to receive, those types of healthy relationships and generating prosperity. So it's like for every dollar you spend, it's walking in that faith, that knowledge, that divine light of knowing that for every dollar you spend through the laws of movement and motion, inertia, energy, they always come back around tenfold. And if you feel like you've ever lost everything, because that's happened, right, for each and every one of us, that's a lesson that we all get to unfortunately endure or have experienced. It's not easy, it's not pretty, it's painful. But for everything that was lost, it's always has a way of finding its way back to you and being given back to you tenfold. Far greater than what you could have ever dreamed of, asked for, or imagined. So to work with this energy, the biggest thing, I think it goes without saying, is set your intentions, right? This is a day of manifestation. It's amplifying opportunity. So clearly define your goals, your desires, your visions. Be specific. And focus on the feelings and the experience of already having achieved them. Write them down and keep them somewhere where you'll see them regularly. Oh my gosh, and Temperance is at the bottom and the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. We'll talk about it. But write them down and then put them where you'll see them quite frequently. This is where you'll be reminded of them, because remember, what you think about, you bring about, and there's this lag time with divine timing, right? It's 28 days. So the more you think about them, the more the universe can mirror them back to you. Also, too, bay leaf manifestation. So if you haven't done bay leaf manifestation, this is like, it's actually very simple, but it's quite beautiful. It's another burning ritual. So safety first, as I like to say. Follow Smokey the Bear, not Fire Marshal Bill. But this is where write 1010 on one side of a bay leaf and then write your wish, your affirmation on the other. After visualizing your desire, safely burn the bay leaf and then blow the ashes into the universe to release your intention with faith. Also, too, because this is a day of manifestation, create a vision board for your goals using images, words, symbols, everything that inspires you to amplify your manifestations. This is where, like I say, when it comes to holding on to the past, remember that one cup with the 5 of Cups, the one cup that's meant to be yours, the one cup that will never pass you by, because it's always going to come back around to who it was aligned to and made for in the first place. This is the cup to focus on with this 1010 portal. It's your destiny, and it's awakening to it past anything that you've been holding on or that's been causing stagnancy. And it's finding that inner balance that's going to help you with truly bringing everything into fruition and harmony, that inner peace that's going to allow you to basically become your own energy source with your manifestations, whether it be setting your intentions, your bay leaf, vision boards. It's going to become a renewable energy source so that the universe can mirror it back to you. Now, also, too, I think it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. Today is a day of meditation. And I will also say I've put together a meditation video for you guys for the 1010 portal. So take advantage of 10:10 a.m., 10:10 p.m., whichever works best for you. But take that time out to meditate, center, align, visualize your goals as if they are already your reality. And to amplify it, you can also work with crystals. So hold your crystals at the same time as your meditation. And I will say as well, so crystal-wise, malachite for growth and transformation can be very helpful. Appetite, I hope I said that correctly, not meaning that we're hungry, but either way, correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong. But that's for inspiration, clarity. Kyanite is for alignment, balance. Moachite can help with support, grounding. Tiger's eye as well for strength, focus. Zoisite to align with your higher self. That one's going to be a big one to recognize or to use if you've got it. And then rhodonite or rhodonite, correct me in the comments. Sorry if I'm off on these. For support and embracing your destiny, that's going to also be helpful. And 2, biggest one, never forget it, but if you've got citrine, today is the day. Call in your abundance. Write abundance into your new soul track, your contracts, your destiny, your highest timeline. Goes without saying. But also, too, this is where, being the Queen of Pentacles, like I was saying, write abundance into your future, especially with your security, your wealth, trust in that divine timing as well. Remember, don't get disappointed. Doubt basically crushes all of your manifestations. Hope is uncertainty, but believing is seeing. This is seeing your success, feeling the experiences as if it was already your reality. This is the day to leverage that energy. And the biggest thing about raising your vibration today as well, practice gratitude. So list 10 things you are grateful for in this moment, in the here and now, to shift your energy so that you can attract more positive experiences, especially before you meditate. And then biggest thing too, especially on this beautiful day when everything is aligning so beautifully and prolifically, connect with nature. Amplify your electromagnetic heart, your electromagnetic field. So get barefoot, ground, balance yourself. And as you walk, as you ground and connect with Earth's energy, right? Connect your electromagnetic field with Earth's energy. Focus your presence into each step to amplify new beginnings into your life with each step. And if that resonates, like I say, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, because this is where, with this day, when you tap in, especially with your grounding, your gratitude, your meditation, your crystals, whatever you do to manifest, to tap into that conscious creation, Christ consciousness, the collective consciousness, the galactic consciousness, you're gaining new skills, knowledge, education, and two, it's moving you to a place of mastery with your dedication, with Arcturus, bringing in that perseverance to advance you in your leadership as you walk forward and awaken to your destiny and step confidently onto your destined path. And if this all resonates, like I say, by all means, like, share, subscribe. That way we can elevate this message to as many ears that need to hear it, so that we can all take advantage of this energy this day and rise up, celebrate each other and together. Oh, we already did these ones. Before we go here as well, let's also look at some additional guidance from our spirit animal totems. So Spirit, what other guidance can you help us with on this day? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The eagle comes out. Are you kidding me? Yeah. So get ready to elevate is all I gotta say. With the eagle, this is mastery. So pay attention to the synchronicities, But you are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. This is the time to truly let go of the past, soar, because you are guided by the winds of spirit, and the wisdom that you have will inspire the world, and it's meant to help so many others rise up. I just got goosebumps. I'm talking to some starseeds here, some very, very talented and powerful mystics. This is knowing that challenges make you stronger, having faith when you face adversity, taking the time to rest, to dream, to renew your strength, and embrace your psychic abilities and the shaman that is within you. This is the day where you're going to be tapped in. Now, before we go as well, I also want to look at our major arcana. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so for music therapy, what we pulled is B, G, D, and C. And then color therapy, what we pulled is magenta, teal, orange, and red. So utilize these colors, these chords, especially as you meditate, especially if you do music meditation, with what you wear, the energies that you focus on. As you create your vision board with, like I say, with the colors in your wardrobe, even everything around you. We are all connected. So tap in wherever you can in whatever speaks to you. But either way, I am sending you guys so much love and light. I hope you have a wonderful 1010 portal, Destiny's Gate portal. And I will see you in the next reading.